Hello everybody, Amira here. Welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you my Amira dress from Designer Stitch. This is their latest pattern release for June 2024, and I have some sewing tips for you if you are interested. So I just wanted to share it with you. First of all, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And anyway, if you are not a subscriber, I have here only sewing stuff, only good stuff. I will never share something that I don't like myself or that I am not sure about it. So you have here on the channel only honest opinions. Also, don't forget to give thumbs up to the video, very important. So I'm going to say that I have a fly here in the room and I tried to catch it, but I had no success, so I'm just going to continue. Anyway, let's go on and talk about the Amira dress. So the Amira dress, I have it here on. This is my second version of it. This one is more like a pre-test of the pattern, and from Designer Stitch I'm doing that sometimes for N, and like that she can see a pattern, how it's being made, and from their own fine-tuning the style. So this one was the first one, and I don't have pictures from this one, but based on this one she made some further adjustments that resulted in the final pattern. So the Amira dress is made for wovens. I'm wearing one made in challis from Minerva, and this one is simple viscose, I think it's from Driessen. So it's made for wovens. I'm going to share with you two other ideas for fabrics, but if you are if you're going on Designer Stitch website, there is a blog there, and I think next week or somewhere this week there are always coming two blog posts with the garments that the testers made, and there you can see all kind of fabrics, and the testers are also talking about the fabrics that they chose and how that fabric worked for the design. So I highly recommend, if you really want to get an idea about the fabric, how that will work with this design, check out those blog posts. I'm going to put a link to the website on the video description, and there you can really see the variations, and you can get an idea how the style will work in a satin or in a cotton, or different fabrics. The Amira dress, so it comes with cup sizing, as the most of the patterns from Designer Stitch. Go away. So I had to stop to take out the fly, but now I'm free. So Amira is coming with the standard cup sizing from Designer Stitch, A, B, C, D and double D. It has some bust darts, of course. There are waist darts here. There is, of course, a waist line where you gather the skirt. There are some, and I have my prints here. There are options for the skirt. There is a maxi length, and I'm going to put pictures here, of course. There is a maxi length with a ruffle underneath, or a gathered ruffle. There is also a midi length, but you need to keep in mind that the proportions, of course, for the midi length, for the skirt is a little bit shorter and the gather is a little bit shorter. And of course you can make this also without the gather, totally fine. There is an invisible zip in the center back. I'm going to turn this girl. There is an invisible zipper here, and there are also two options for the cut of the back. You have this one, which is a little bit rounded, like I have it here and here also, but there is also a more modest one that is going straight across like this. So if you don't want to show so much of your back, you can definitely use the other option. Really love the neckline. It's a sweetheart neckline, very beautiful. It's not the same as that one is gathered. That dress is the Beth dress, and I put it here only because I want to show you the sleeves on it, because they are similar to the gathered sleeves on this one. One more word about the necklines. The necklines are getting finished with facings, the front and the back, of course. And then if we go to the sleeves, and I think the sleeves are the biggest star of this pattern. These ones are both the same. It's a sleeve that has elastic here in the shoulder, so there is a little tunnel with elastic in it. There are these really gorgeous cuffs here with ties. Of course, you can make the ties longer, shorter, or you can even shape them. There is a cuff, of course, and the sleeve is getting a little bit gathered into the cuff, and there is a little slit here, as you can see. This one is the same. Very, very nice, and I have some tips to give you there. And I will say that the instructions, when I made the dresses, there were no instructions, but I took a look at the instructions. They are very, very how should I say, they are complete with all kind of extra tips and information, so I highly recommend to read those. In the back you have, of course, the zipper, the invisible zipper, and as I said, I don't know, the back, there is also an option for a more how should I say, that you don't show so much flesh in the back, so it's more straighter, and of course the zipper is going all the way up to here, so that's also something that you can adjust. There are darts here in the waist, and for the rest, you know, very easy to make. There are also pockets in the dress, and the back neckline is also getting finished with the facings. The dress is coming, of course, with cup sizing, as you are used from Designer Stitch. Take a look at the sizing chart, and especially at page 6 from the instructions, where there are really clear information how to choose your size to get the best fit. Also, always make a toile, make an test garment, especially if you are new to Designer Stitch pattern, so you can see how the fit is on you. Something else, talking about the facings, I don't want to forget this. The facings are, of course, you know, sewn, understitched and turned to the inside. For understitching, usually I'm just running a row of straight stitches along the edge, but for this one, I'm going to put this one out. For this one, I used a row of, as you can see here, a row of a triple zigzag. You can see it here really, really well, and you can see it on the inside. And as you can see, I only catched a little bit of the fabric here on the edge, and I have the feeling, well, this is not helping all this flipping around, but I have the feeling that with this triple zigzag stitching is sitting much, much nicer. You need to use something a little bit small that is not, you know, not the biggest triple zigzag that you have. You need to test a little bit, but I think this is working really, really nice. For the sleeves, and of course the biggest star on this are the sleeves. My tip for the sleeve, so we have this sleeve with the elastic in the shoulder, with a really pretty cuff with ties and a slit here. The sleeves are getting gathered a little bit into the cuff, and there is a tunnel here on the shoulders. You make the tunnel. You have 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. You turn that 2 times, and you insert a 6 millimeter seam allowance elastic. My tip is, and that's also in the instructions, feed the elastic through your tunnels, make it so the tunnel closed into the back, and then put the dress on and assess the fit while you have the dress on, and then you can put a pin and take it to your machine and stitch it closed. But I think that's the best idea, because I don't know if there are sizing length instructions in the of measurements in the instructions, but I think the best is to put the dress on and pull on the elastic until you get the fit that you like, and then like this you have a dress that is sitting really nicely on your shoulders. For this one, as I said, this the second option for the sleeves is the shirred one, and this is another dress which is using the same, almost the same, it's the same finish, you know, the shirring at the bottom of the sleeve. But on this one I did not use that thread, but I used that wide band elastic, the shirring elastic, where you sew every other row or every 2 rows or something like that, and then you get actually exactly the same effect, only much easier to make, especially if your machine has difficulties with that shearing elastic. Some machines don't like that, and you know, you cannot shear, you cannot get this effect. Something that I advise is to add a piece of bias binding, also for bias cut fabric, on the seam of this elastic, because these transparent threads can be really how should I say, itchy on the skin, because it's actually kind of plastic or something like that. Let me think. Something else that is also in the instructions, and I find that really good idea that Anne put it there. You know, this dress is, of course, you need to think what kind of bra you are going to wear, and I think you need to decide that up front, because based on that you are going to adjust the dress. And there is a page in the instructions, I don't think it's for sure, it's page 32, where Anne is showing you how to adjust that. There is information how wide these points are, and then you can put your bra on that you are going to wear with the dress, measure that, and you'll know up front if you need to make the adjustments. And here you have Anne is showing how to make those adjustments, to raise this a little bit, to bring the sleeve a little bit higher, that is going to cover your bra bands. Another tip is also in the instructions to wear bra keepers, or to sew them into the shoulder here of the dress, and that's also going to give a little bit more stability to the dress, of course, also. For the rest, for gathering the skirt, I used my cover stitch, not the cover stitch machine, my serger. I used it to gather this together also for the bottom layer. Something that I always advise when you are, even if you are using, you know, the usual gathering method with the white basting stitches and then to pull the threads, mark the center front of your dress I'm sorry, the center front of your dress and the center front of your piece together, doesn't matter what it is, because if you have only a notch, when you start to pull the threads, you cannot find that, I assure you. So I always make a really big mark with a pen or with a chalk or with something like that, that I can easily find even when the fabric is gathered. I think, again, very important that adjustment here to measure your points on your bra, and then also for the back, of course, is the same. Put someone to measure, then go to that page and look how much this is covering, and based on that you can make up front the adjustments for the back of the dress. I was also thinking what other fabrics would work for this. I think this one is also a really nice option. This is a linen viscose, and these days, sounds so old, but these days we have so many options for the linen viscose, which is really great. Also for this style, I think this is just a little bit more heavier, of course, than the challis, but this will work really nice for this dress. And maybe leave that gathered ruffle at the bottom out, and then this will be really nice. And another fabric is this one, is the viscose, not the viscose, the crepe satin from Minerva. This will make also a really nice, very beautiful Amira dress, definitely. Only this one has just a little bit of stretch, and I think if I was to make this one to use it for an Amira dress, I'll make definitely a trial for the bodice first, to see how that stretch is going to affect the fit, because the dress is designed for a fabric without stretch. So for a woven, again, this one is a challis from Minerva, and this is just a viscose from Driessen. So that was it. I probably forgot a bunch of things to say. I made this video 3 times. I forgot to push the button. So if you've seen any repeats, I'm sorry, I'm going to edit it, I hope. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give me thumbs up. If you have any questions or, I don't know, other things, put them in the comments under the video. I'll see you next with my new jacket. I have a lot to talk about that one too. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye everyone.